Hello everyone. I am Ayushi Agarwal from ABS Engineering College, Ghaziabad. Today we are going to see in this topic about the third form of organization for a CPU, that is stack organization. So, moving ahead with this topic, in the stack organization, we first need to understand the basic operation that is performed in any stack. So what we are going to see is, what we are going to understand is that the register stack, where the data is being processed inside the CPU, is basically in the form of stack organization. And we know that the basic functionality of a stack is in LIFO manner. That is last in, first out. The data on the top will get be deleted or popped out from the stack first. The input operation inside the stack, is termed as the push operation, and the deletion operation or removing the data from the stack is termed as the pop operation. So based on these two operations, we are going to form our stack organization. So let us first understand this block diagram. Over here, we are considering a register stack for our system of 64 word stack, which is named from 0 towards 63, and 63 location of the register is on the top and 0 is at the bottom. Then we have two flag pointers, full and empty, which denotes whether the stack is available for data input or not. We have a spatial counter for the pointer or for locating the location of the register stack of our CPU, which is termed as the stack pointer. So over here, SP is the abbreviation for the word or the term stack pointer. So basically, stack pointer is storing the address or the location value inside it to locate the data inside the stack register. We have a data register over here, which we have already understood as memory data register, MDR. So over here, we are just stating it as a data register, but it is actually the similar one or exactly the same register that we have already covered in previous lectures, where we have read this term as memory data register. So what's happening over here is we are performing the operations push and pop. For insertion, we are considering push operation inside the stack register. And for pop operation, we are considering it as a deletion when we need to remove the data from the stack. And for processing this, we need a stack pointer to denote that particular location from where the data has to be deleted. We need a data register that shows that which data has to be removed from the stack pointer or which data has to be inputted into the stack. We have we have two flag points, full and empty, which denotes whether the stack is available for data input or not. Basically, the space is available for next input of data into the stack register or not. So now let us understand the working of it one by one. We have designated our register stack from 0 to 63. So this is what we are showing with the word addresses. So this is the address locations. We have already shown three data inside our stack A, B, and C in different locations, right? So according to this, A has been inputted first, then B, and then C. So C is the last input. So according to the stack operation, the data which has been last input is on the top of the stack. So over here, the stack pointer is storing the location 3 inside it, where the last data input is stored inside it, right? So now if the value of full flag is equals to 0, if the value of full flag is equals to 0, then it means that there is a space inside the stack register for inputting the data. And when the full is equals to 0, empty should be equals to 1. At this situation, at this values, our program or system will understand that the stack register is available for insertion of the data. When the full value is equals to 1 and empty is equals to 0, at this situation, at this scenario, we understand that the stack is, or our system understood that the stack is not available for the insertion of new data. So these values shows whether the stack is available for new data input or not. Now let us understand the push operation. So let us take a scenario that we need to add a new data E inside this stack register stack data. So let us understood this in steps. So what we need to do is, in step 1, first we need to locate a new location where the new data E has to be inputted or inserted inside the stack register. So over here, as the stack is storing the location 3, where the last data has been inputted, that is C. So now we need to add a new data E inside the stack. So E obviously will get added to the data location, and address location 4, right? So what happened over here is our stack pointer value will be incremented by 1. So our stack pointer first get incremented to a new location, and this value E must be stored in the data register. When the stack pointer denotes the new location, which is empty, so at that time, to show that this particular location is empty, our empty flag will show the value 1 and our full flag will show the value 0. And this data from MDR will get transferred to this location and will be stored over here in the new location address 4. So what has happened over here is memory space of a space stack pointer means the location 4 will be storing the data written inside the data register or stored inside the data register. That is why we are showing this kind of an instruction over here. This means that the memory space denoted by the space stack pointer will store the data which is currently available in the data register. So what we are doing, we are transferring the data from the data register to the memory location denoted by the stack pointer. So that is why this kind of instruction is written over here. Now, after showing or after completing this instruction, that storing the data inside the new location, at that time we will check the boundary conditions. After completing the storage of data inside the new location, boundary conditions will be checked. If space stack pointer value will be equals to 0, that means the stack pointer is denoting to the value 0. And then set the full value equals to 1. At that time, the full register will get the value 1. That means it will be showing the value 1, indicating that the stack is full. An empty value will show the value 0 to denote that the stack is not empty for the new insertion of the data. So these are the boundary conditions. Why we are checking the boundary conditions? To understand that whether the new data can be inserted inside the stack or not. So if the condition SP is equals to 0, but the full is not equals to 1, that means it is showing value 0. At that time, we will understand this condition as the stack is not full, and that and when full is equals to 0, empty flag will show the value 1, which signifies that the stack is still available for the new insertion of the data. So when we need to process some insertions after insertions in a series, for that our full flag must be equals to 0 and empty flag must be equals to 1. But as soon as the full flag becomes 1 and empty flag becomes 0, this signifies that the stack is now full and no more insertions can be done inside the register stack. So this is the push operation for the stack organization. Now let us understand the pop operation. So now we are coming to the original scenario where we have already inputted three data, A, B, and C is the last inputted data where the stack pointer SP is storing the location value 3 to highlight the last inputted location. Our full flag will be showing the value equals to 0. So it signifies that the stack is still empty for the insertion of the data, and at that time when the full is equals to 0, empty will be equals to 1, and when full is equals to 1 and empty equals to 0, at that time we consider that, or we understand that the stack is now full for the new insertion of data. Now, let us understand the steps that are being performed while the pop operation from the stack. When the data has to be deleted from the stack register inside the organization, CPU organization, first, what will happen is we will transfer the data to the data register. So what will happen? The data from the address location 3 will get transferred to the data register, which is our first instruction. So the data from the memory space stored inside the stack pointer, the data from that memory space will be transferred to the data register. So this is the instruction. Over here, M is the space, memory space of the stack register, which from which location? The location that is stored inside the stack pointer. So stack pointer must be storing the value 3, right? Over according to this diagram, the stack pointer must be storing the value 3. So our instruction would be working like this. The data should be transferred to the data register from the memory space location 3. Right? So data will be first fetched from the stack and transferred to the data register. Once it is done, the stack pointer value will be decreased by 1. So decreasing the value by 1 will make the pointer to get one location below or one location down inside the stack organization. So the instruction would be SP equals to SP minus 1. At this time, now the stack pointer will be denoting to the location 2. Now, if our operation is completed, at that time, we will check the boundary conditions. The boundary conditions would be if SP equals to 0, then the empty is equals to 1, indicating the stack is empty, and the full is equals to 0, signifies the full stack is not full. So when once the instruction of one pop operation is completed, at that time the boundary conditions would be checked for next series of insertion or deletion process. But at the time of pop operation, when multiple pop operation had been performed in series, if stack pointer value is equals to 0, that means stack pointer is denoting to the first location of the stack, and empty would showing the value 1, and when empty equals to 1, then at that time full flag will show the value 0, which denotes that the stack is completely empty and new insertions of data can be performed. But when only one pop operation has to be performed, in that scenario, once when the boundary conditions would be checked, at that time the stack pointer must be storing the next lower address location, and empty value would be showing value 1 if the stack is not completely full, and full value is equals to 0. So this is how our stack organization performs the pop operations and push operations inside the CPU organization. For this part, you must remember the functioning of full and empty flag, which is very much important. And you must remember that while decreasing the value of the stack pointer, you are coming one location down inside the stack. And when you are increasing the value by 1, you are going upwards towards the new location inside the stack. Whenever data is inputted, the stack pointer must be be pointing to the inputted data location, and when the data is deleted, the stack pointer must be denoting to the next lower address location. So this is how our stack organization works in our CPU. For more references or for more consultations, you can read about this organization from this link. Further, you can refer Morris Mano book, which is the official book prescribed from the AKTU organization for your COA subject. And you can download the book from this link and refer this topic from there as well for more significance knowledge on this topic. So this is all from my side. Thank you for patience listening.